From cloudy to clear use head. Not hype. Our stickman strides into a city park carrying a gravity bag, a coil of tubing, and a smug little TD's meter. A tiny hub hovers near the handle. Head height in meters, flow in liters per minute, and a cartoon of particles queuing for deportation. Internet is optional. Physics is mandatory. Goal: push water through media using height, not heroics. We'll stack sand and charcoal, manage pressure with elevation, and make turbulence, pores, and drag do the heavy lifting. First rule of lazy water: it only moves downhill unless persuaded. Head pressure is persuasion by altitude. Hang the bag high, and you earn push. Higher means livelier flow. Our hero clips the bag to a branch, not his biceps, and keeps the outlet hose sloping clean. Kinks are optimism killers. The HUD ticks up as the column stretches. Every centimeter counts, but leaks count louder. Tighten clamps, seat bulbs, wipe joints dry, then let gravity clock in for its shift. Before we filter, we big junk ruins small pores. He stretches a bandana across the bag mouth, nests a coffee filter on top, and ties it with cord. Leaves, bugs, and silt get RSVPD. Outside, the water goes from chunky to merely rude, which is perfect for the media stack downstream. On the HUD, fat speckles in the particle stream thin out. Think nightclub bouncers. The big guy works the door. The picky list checker waits inside, and everybody's happier in that order. Now the sandwich. Gravel to spread flow, sand to catch fines, charcoal to discipline taste. He layers rinsed pea gravel at the base to calm velocity, then a deep bed of clean sand, then a sleeve of crushed activated carbon so it won't wander. The rig is a clear bottle with the outlet at the bottom, inlet at the top. Water enters, slows, meanders, and chooses pores over shortcuts. Flow dips a little, clarity climbs a lot. Patience tastes better than haste always has. Flow rate is a trade. The house always wins. Push too fast, and fines blow through. Go to slow and thirst files a complaint. Our stickman nudges the valve until the stream is a steady pencil, not a fire hose. He uses daylight and a white cup as a DIY turbidity check. The HUD graphs liters per minute against clarity. The sweet spot sits where both curves stop arguing. He scratches a tiny mark on the valve, so good, becomes repeatable instead of mythical. Siphons look like magic until you read the fine print. He fills the tube completely, caps both ends, puts the source higher than the sink, then releases the downstream cap. Water races out, while upstream gravity keeps the line honest. No pump, no drama, just continuity. If a bubble gate crashes, he flicks the line to dislodge it or calmly reprimes. The HUD confirms a smooth slope and zero air pockets. Siphons are gravity's secret handshake. Learn it once, use it forever. Charcoal is the social worker of taste. It doesn't sterilize. It sweetens and absorbs. He shakes the carbon sleeve to free trapped air, tucks it between sand and outlet, and times the contact like a careful pour-over. Not a dunk. Not a dash. After a short run, the sulfur note vanishes and the metallic aftertaste retires. The HUD's palette icon flips from med to maybe. Safety still demands a final step boil or approved chemical treatment. Flavor is not a vaccine. Backwash is the filter's spa day. Flow always carves preferential highways that gunk up. He inverts the rig, feeds clean water backward, and massages the sand bed until clouds of fines flush out. Then he relevels the layers because tilt leads to channeling, and channeling leads to sadness. The HUD's turbidity spike during backwash is supposed to look scary. It means you're evicting squatters. Afterward, normal flow returns slower but cleaner, like a library after a stern shush. Hardness and TDs are different gossip. TDS is the rumor mill salts and dissolve bits while hardness is calcium and magnesium being extra. The meter gives a number, but context is king. High TDS might be harmless minerals. Low TDS doesn't guarantee safe microbiology. He logs readings with time and location, chasing trends, not single snapshots. The HUD floats a reminder. Measure. Don't assume. Treat, then taste. Numbers inform. Procedures. Protect. Park faucets dead. So the creek volunteers. Moving water temps, but not automatically pure. He dips away from the muddy bank upstream of dogs and picnics and avoids shiny rainbow films. A small settling jar gets a timeout while grit drops out. He pours the clearer top into the gravity bag and returns the rest to nature. The pre-filter earns its pay again. The HUD cheerfully deducts particulate. Before it reaches the media you actually care about, elevation hacks are everywhere. On a balcony, the bag hangs from a railing while the outlet dives to the sink. In a kitchen, a cupboard hook donates height and a chair cradles the bottle rig. In a car, the rear hatch holds the bag and the outlet rests on a camp table. Our stickman treats buildings and vehicles like forgotten tripods. The HUD finally shows a decent head without gym membership. Muscles relax. Fluid dynamics, not flexing, carries the day. Leaks steel pressure faster than you can swear it back. He inspects joints like a detective. Damp fingerprints under hose clamps. A glint where a bob isn't seated. A whisper at a thread that skipped its tape. Tiny losses add up to sickly streams. 2 tons tighter, a fresh clamp, a stripe of PTFE, and the HUD's flow perks up. It's boring work. It's glorious results. The quickest upgrade in the whole system is often a $2 clamp installed patiently once, right? Speed versus safety. The eternal bar fight. He resists widening valves or thinning beds just to post a heroic letters per minute selfie. The goal is clearer and safer, not faster at all costs. He keeps dwell time respectable, then finishes with a rolling boil or an approved disinfectant per the label. The HUD animates a little shield that only lights after that last step. Instagram can wait. Pathogens don't do likes. Redundancy seems uncool until it's the only cool thing left. Media fatigue is real. Sand that used to sparkle now acts like a bored bouncer. Charcoal runs out of polite conversation and starts returning off flavors. He rotates supplies. Jar of washed sand. Sealed bag of fresh carbon. Spare mesh. Retire media moves to non-potable due to plant watering. Gear, rinse, hand wash, station while. The drinking line gets the attention. The HUD throws a maintenance timer even he respects. Cheap parts, big payoff, fewer surprises. Field fixes beat perfect plans. No gravel, cut straw tips, or perforated caps to diffuse flow. No mesh, double coffee filters corral charcoal. No stand, tripod of sticks. Lash if you know knots. Tape if you're honest. He keeps choices reversible, so cleanup isn't a second crisis. The HUD winks good enough. Deployed, because physics forgives slowly but rewards alignment instantly. Designed for clumsy hands, and future you will send a thank you emoji. Flow visualization turns intuition into knobs. He tints a test batch with a weak tea bag to watch streak lines inside the clear bottle. Fast channels leap, lazy eddies sulk. He levels the rig, taps 2 collapsed bubbles, adds a diffuser disc above the sand instant calmer. The exit runs clearer, with less drama. The HUD's particle vectors shrink from daggers to commas. When you can see flow, you can fix flow. Guessing is expensive. Pictures are cheap. Back to the kitchen, where taste meets numbers. He pours 3 cups. Pre-filtered, carbon polished, post-boil. The blind test is silly but honest. Carbon wins on smell, boil wins on safety. Pre-filter proves the point of not feeding gravel to your pores. The TDS barely changes after boiling dissolved minerals don't evaporate while turbidity plummets after media. The HUD flashes the friendly truth. Different tools solve different problems. Use them in the right order. Pressure loves height. Stability loves anchors. He guidelines the hanging bag so a bump doesn't turn head into splash art. He weights the outlet hose so it doesn't whip. He tapes the bottle to a wall bracket so the cat can't explore fluid dynamics as a career. Small stabilizers prevent big messes. The HUD shows steady Elmin without jitter. You want your water setup more boring than a sleepy podcast? Boring water quietly wins awards. Field log. Day 2. Same creek, different mood. Rain upstream lifted turbidity and nudged TDs. He adds a longer settling step and throttles the valve hair. Output returns to trustworthy. He sketches a tiny map linking weather to behavior and staples it to the kit. Future panic loses 2 pass notes 9 times out of 10. The HUD overlays yesterday's curve with today's patterns appear. Bravado fades. And method keeps everyone hydrated. Neighborhood test bench. Park. Kitchen. Little river. He repeats the ritual and learns the rhythm bag high, hose, smooth, pre-filter first, sand flat, carbon.com, then kill step. He times each stage, logs flow, and writes which hacks save the day. Balcony rail beats cabinet knob. Wide mouth jar beats narrow drama. The HUD timeline gets tidier, the kit packs smaller, and the results get quietly predictable. That's the whole game. Predictability you can drink. Epilogue now. Stickman packs a dry bag with fresh media, clamps, meter, and a smug roll of tape. The gravity bag drips its last clear drop into a clean bottle. The HUD stamps head used, hype avoided, and powers down. Tomorrow's water will want proof again, and physics will ask the same patient questions. How high? How clean? How slow? How safe? He smiles at the crick, the sink, and the small stadium of jars. From cloudy to clear, the path is down, hill and discipline.